She says, oh, perfect. He states, if you can handle it. Ooh, Ryan Williams getting a little freaky dicky. Is she a water park? Look, I'm not going to give you some corny speech today. It might be down here. There's a subscribe button somewhere on the channel, and if you ain't hit that yet, it really helps on the channel. It benefits us, and yeah, I mean, it's 100% free. I don't know why you wouldn't subscribe, because it's going to a good cause, so yeah. Well, let's get into the videos. Getting kind of awkward. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hope you're having a great Tuesday. Hope you're having a great start to your week. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. Man, oh man, as you can see right here, your boy Ryan Williams, he's trending all over the internet. And it's for a very interesting reason, to say the least. And originally, I wasn't going to talk about this. I thought it was going to blow over, but it's gotten so big, it's to the point where I feel like we got to address it. I'm sure he's not too thrilled about this, but just like we say on the channel, it is what it is. When you're a star football player, you got a ton of clout, hype, attention, etc., etc. People are going to use anything, and they're going to try to use anything to tear you down. Like the Lane Train once said, get your popcorn ready. We're going to talk all about that, but we also got a couple of minor things to speak on, including Sal Kakalaki. Yes, South Carolina just paid a football player $1.5 million to return to their school. Can you believe it? Sal Kakalaki, $1.5 million. You're going to want to see what's going on there, so strap in, buckle up, get you a snack, get your popcorn, get your favorite meal you like to eat when you watch a video, because trust me, I do the same thing, but I'm blah, 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 shit, crap, up, now, further ado. Let's get into it. First things first, I don't even feel like screaming, you know, I'm in a pretty decent mood, still recovering from Alabama missing the playoffs, but come on, man. What is this comment? Matt D. Diddler. Really, bro? Is that what we're doing? Matt D. Diddler. And then Don Peasy just snitched on himself. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a pretty cool username. Don Peasy Weezy. So glad Matt missed my Matt B. Crime post. Well, unfortunately for you, buddy, I didn't miss it, because I can click on your profile and see all the comments you made on the channel. And I was curious. I was like, did he actually say it? Let's find out. And as you can see right here, he did say it. I'm in a pretty decent mood, so Peasy Weezy, due to your pretty cool username, I'm going to let this one slide. And we'll check out one more comment before we get into this video, and this is the first one I see. And yeah, we're just done with comments, and I'm not going to read them for the next couple of videos. I mean, what are we doing? Maddie be crying. This was 5 hours ago. This was posted on a video in which I clearly stated, stop calling me that. Stop putting Maddie B. Crime, Maddie, any of that. And here's my biggest problem. We're going to get to the football stuff. Trust me, I know what you're here for, but I got to address the comment section because I haven't addressed it in a couple videos. Why does it have 19 likes? Like, should I be mad at the dude commenting it? Or should I be mad at the people egging it on? It's like OnlyFans. Should society and people like me and you be upset at the girls for profiting off of that, making millions and millions of dollars? Or should we be mad at the weirdos that are buying it? Whatever, man. Whatever. Let's get into the football stuff. And I know a bunch of you're here for the Ryan Williams stuff. Trust me, I want to get to that too. But there's so much stuff going on in college football world that we have to cover. And when I tell you we're just at the tip of the iceberg, I mean it. There's so much other stuff going on that we haven't even talked about. I will try to zoom through this as quickly as possible. The breaking news just came out as when I'm speaking that Dylan Stewart, one of the best edge rushers in all the nation, he's returning to South Carolina. Why is this big news? Great question, my friend. I'll let to answer it. Because he's arguably one of the best players in the nation right now. I'm not saying he should win the Heisman, but at his position, he's top tier. This guy's a baller, and there's a reason South Carolina's having to pay him between $1 million and $1.5 million just to stay. I can't say this is a huge get for South Carolina because you've already had him and you currently do have him, but it's, I guess I'd say, a good stay. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I didn't really know South Carolina had the bread like that. Let's not act like $1.5 million is chump change. That's a lot of money for one singular player. And this is why I say it's a lot of money. We're not even talking about and this is why I say it's a lot of money. We're not even talking about your starting quarterback. We're not talking about a running back, wide receiver. We're talking about a defensive end, an edge rusher. And speaking of quarterbacks, since I brought it up, how much you think Lenore Sellers is going to get? If Dylan Stewart just got $1.5 million, he's going to be sitting there saying, well, yeah, I need at least $1.5 million or $2 million. I guess we're going to find out how deep South Carolina's pockets are, and that's the unfortunate part about having a really good season. When you're a team like South Carolina that's not a blue blood in college football and you go 9-3, a lot of these bigger schools, they're going to try to poach your kids. Whereas if South Carolina would have went 4-8, 5-7 this year, more than likely, South Carolina wouldn't have to pay Dylan Stewart $1.5 million. But when the team's doing good, the players, they look even better. It is what it is. Let's check in the comment section and see what some people are saying. Man, what happened to the game I love? Why do we need to announce these kids coming back to the school as if they sign a contract extension? I see what you're saying there, Mr. David, but it's pretty much what it is. Whether you like it or not, you got to come to terms with reality. We are no longer the old college football that you once knew growing up. We are the JV of the NFL. I know this is extremely random, but Johnny Manziel probably wakes up every single day pissed off at the world, and I couldn't even blame him. Could you imagine being Johnny Manziel? And I know he wasted his own career. I'm not here to talk about that. It's his own fault. I'm just saying, imagine knowing if you would have been born 10 years later that you would have been making all this money in NIL. I don't think your average football fan, casual, or even a slightly above casual person understands how big of a deal Johnny Football was back then. I've always stated that sports are more than a game. Johnny Football, he was bigger than the game of college football. Let me put this into perspective and give you a great example. He was hanging out with Drake and LeBron James. Like, y'all think Ryan Williams is a big deal? Psh, he ain't hanging out with Drake and LeBron James. Per year, Johnny Manziel and NIL, you're talking about advertisements, selling jerseys, sponsorships, commercials. Psh, he would have probably made anywhere on the low end, 10 million, high end, 25 million per year. He's got to think about that stuff. There's no way. You know he's scrolling on Twitter just like me and you and seeing all these deals. And the first thing that comes to his mind is, psh, man, back in my day, I'd have got 10 million per year. Now that I think about it, since we're talking about washed-up athletes, I wonder what White Randy's NIL valuation would have been if he didn't have a career-ending injury. White Randy wouldn't have been nothing crazy. Probably like a cool 2 to 3 M's per year. You know, he wasn't a greedy person. Man, I remember one time. No, I ain't going to do it. I ain't even going to tell y'all a story because I already know there's going to be some nerd in the comment section. Man, we don't care about the White Randy, bro. Just talk about Ryan Williams. All right. I ain't even going to tell you the story. So let's just get on to the next topic. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the main topic of the main encore, the main reason you clicked onto this video. What in the world's going on with Ryan Williams? No introduction needed for this young man, but I will give you a brief, and I mean a very brief run through. One of the best high school football players in Alabama State history. He won Mr. Football not once, but twice, and he would have won it 3 times if he didn't reclassify, which is just insane in its own right. I don't think a lot of people understand how ridiculous it was for Ryan Williams to win Mr. Football, Alabama Mr. Football, as a sophomore. A sophomore, 10th grader. Absolutely ridiculous to say the least. Fast forward in time, goes to Alabama, puts on one of the best performances you're ever going to see against Georgia, and the rest is history. He did kind of fizzle out at the end of the season, but he's still Ryan Williams. He's still relatively young, learning, growing, and he's going to make a lot of money one day. Well, I say one day, my apologies. He's making a lot of money right now. But y'all get what I was saying. I meant like in the NFL one day. You get the point. It seems like Ryan Williams is at an all-time high. He's on cloud 9, making millions of dollars. He's a star wide receiver for Alabama, one of the best players in all college football. He's got all the clout, hype, attention any young man could want. But with all those things going for you, sadly in this life, there's people that want to tear you down. But in this case, an example, it's not exactly people wanting to tear him down. It's more so of, well, I don't really know what the whole goal of this was actually. The only thing that makes sense to me is it's a quote-unquote flex. To me, it's not a flex. Apparently in all caps, allegedly, let me say that word again, allegedly, Ryan Williams' messages have been leaked. Let me throw this out there right now before we go any farther. Number 1, I have no idea who this girl is. And number 2, I have no idea who leaked these messages. But what I do know is it's trending everywhere. So here we are. Let's take a look at it. The girl did the I'm not going to screenshot it, but I'll pull out another phone or something and take a picture of it method. I haven't seen that one before, being sarcastic. But as you can see with this Bitmoji and username, apparently this is Ryan Williams. I'll address that in just a second, but let me read you off these chats. The red that says me is the female, and then, well, obviously the blue that says Ryan is Ryan Williams. The female says, better give me a heart next time you score. Ryan says, I will, BB, saying baby. The girl, good, you better, Ryan. Then you can get the, blank, LOL. I cannot show you what he said there, but it rhymes with, what's a good way to say this in the most YouTube-friendly way possible? It rhymes with tick. Yeah, it rhymes with tick. She says, oh, perfect. He states, if you can handle it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Ryan Williams getting a little freaky deaky. The lady says, oh, don't worry about me. Ryan says, oh, you can. She says, yeah, you probably just can't handle me. Oh, a little flirting back. Ryan states, is she a water park? Can I even leave that in the video? I have no idea. But anyways, she responds, gotta find out. And there's just absolutely no way. I cannot show you the last part of what Ryan Williams said. If you want to see it, you can go find it for yourself. There's just no way YouTube's going to let that slide. This is not the end of it. There's more we got to talk about, and there's more I got to show you. But before we go any farther, I got to state this. The amount of people that automatically just assume this is true and believe this, it blows my mind. I don't know if they actually believe it or if it's a thing where they want to believe it so they convince themselves he actually said this. I don't know what it is. But the first thing that comes into my mind when I see anything like this is, yeah, right. I don't believe it. Do some of y'all understand in 2024 how easy it is to fake stuff like this? Y'all do know, right? Some random person could have created a Ryan Williams account, created this, what is this, like, I don't even know what you call it. I don't even have Snapchat anymore, guys. I deleted it once I got out of high school. Is it still called a Bitmoji? This thing you're looking at right here, I'm going to zoom in on it. You can just create that. Like, it's not like, oh, Ryan Williams is the only person who can have a profile picture that looks like that. Anybody can do that, and anybody can have the name, quote-unquote, Ryan Williams. I put it to you like this. If somebody did the same thing to me and was leaking my messages and say, oh, I was talking to Matt B. Grade, and it had the username Matt B. Grade and I guess you'd say a profile picture that kind of looked like me, I wouldn't want y'all to just automatically believe it. So out of pure respect to Ryan Williams, I ain't just going to automatically believe this. And let me also say this. It's not like there's even a problem with what he said here because it's not a big deal. Oh my goodness, Ryan Williams is flirting with a girl. Can you believe it? An athlete flirting with a girl? I mean, what are we doing here? This was a normal conversation for White Randy back in the day. All right, chill. Calm down, people, calm down. White Randy was a gentleman. He didn't talk to females like this. But like I was saying, what are we doing? Anybody can create a Ryan Williams profile on Snapchat and act like they're him. And it's as simple as this. One of this girl's friends could have easily created this account just for clout and attention. I can't emphasize this enough. I'm not just automatically believing or assuming this is actually him. And even if it is, not a big deal. And also, too, I didn't even bring this up. Ryan Williams is a pretty smart young man. You don't think he understands the position he's in? Let me ask you a question. You don't think that Ryan Williams doesn't know if he says some outlandish things on text message, Snapchat, Instagram, DMs, wherever, a female's going to screenshot, take a picture of it, and post it? I mean, come on now. I just can't get over how people see random stuff on the internet and automatically believe it. Like, for me, this is what it would take for me to automatically believe it. It'd have to be Ryan Williams' voice, or it'd have to be a video of him saying that stuff. That's just me, though. I tried to debunk all of this before I just believe it's actually true. We'll leave it at this. Let me know your thoughts down below about that.